Our bunch is checking out, fella. Room 17 way down at the end.
Name, sir. I need your name, please.
Oh, that'd be Joelvis Guitar, fella.
Well. I see none by the name of... You said guitar, did you not?
Oh, well, yeah, one of the boys checked us in yesterday evening. See, Joelvis Guitar is my stage name. I is the leader of a group of good old boy country western lads. One of them must have given my legal name, which is Joe Elvis Presley. Notice how it much sound like Elvis Presley if you thinks about it.
Well, certainly. Now that you give me correct name, sir, I am searching. Yes, I do find your listing, Presley. Hold on a moment, if you will, so I can run you a computer billing. Just takes a moment, so please be patient. You have a credit card?
Nah, my friend, I hate that plastic. I deal in good old Uncle Sam dollars. After all, that's what they is invented for.
You know, the boss is very reasonable in this place. Bargain at $25 a night.
Yep, we saw the sign, and that is exactly why we pulled in here. You know, the boys ain't exactly made of gold, but gee willikers, I don't like the way that there computer of yours keeps spitting out like a laundry list.
Not to worry, sir. You know, this is the day of red tape. Every little detail. Well, I can see plain out why it was printed so long. Your party, after all, has been here 3 weeks, 21 full days, that is, plus pizza and beers and items you had delivered in off the cuff. All in sundry comes to $565.25, sir.
You plumb local, boy? What you mean 3 weeks, $565? We only done checked in last night and had us only one pizza sent over and a 6-pack of beer, since a couple of the boys do like to have them 2 bottles for dinner. There gotta be some mistake. I don't have me no $565. That out of sight.
Well, now, darn it. What mistake could there be? Computers don't lie now, do they? Printout says you folks have been here all of 3 weeks, living on the fat of the land.
Now looky, feller, use your mind, would you? What would we be doing in this flea-bitten operation? You know your carpets are all wore out. What could we be doing for 3 weeks? And I just ain't paying, $565, since this were a one-night proposition we're talking about. Say, we're that young fella that were in here last night when we checked in. He checked us all in, and surely he can testify to that. Shoot, could be he made a follow-up on working that there flimsy computer you got you. Looks pretty shop-worn.
Well, now, that was Bernie Zizowitz. You know, he would certainly make no error. He happens to be of Jewish extraction from New York. And those Jew boys are very, very accurate. They don't commit such bungles.
Maybe not, but how about we talk to him?
Now, that would be impossible, sir. Bernie fashions himself to be a kind of Yiddish Daniel Boone. He is a wild and woolly character, and when he has a couple of days off, as of now, he heads for the Smoky Mountains, deep woods. What do you want me to do? Perhaps hire an Indian scout to track him down in the wilderness, just so you can get out of covering a legitimate billing?
Just you wait a minute. I ain't no two-faced liar. Dang it, let me talk to the owner. Could be he recognize an honest face.
First of all, the owner is not a he. Happens to be Mrs. Mertz, a widow, and she is long gone to Florida by now. With her arthritis problem, she absolutely will not return until I call her in spring, when, at minimum, 3 consecutive days of 70 degrees Fahrenheit are recorded. So, no help there, see? And all Mrs. Mertz wants to know on her return, she goes over the books like this is the Pentagon. Every day must be accounted for, else it is my skin. So, how am I to explain 3 entire weeks on room 17 at the end of the building with not 1 penny of nightly fees to cover it? Now you explain that, sir, will you? Just because I let some road rats get out of here without anteing up. Now, come across, sir, or else.
Doggone it, I ain't doing one little thing till I go down to 17 and talk it over with the boys. You got a yellow pages in that there room? Could be we gotta hire us a lawyer for this here argument. Well, I never, Jimbo. We got us one good howdy-do in this here motel. Smart aleck guy down at the office trying to charge us for 3-week rent, whopping $565. That's what his computer's spitting out.
You don't tell me, Joe Elvis, but how?
Can't rightly figure it. Either somebody is crazy or we done turned into some sort of Rip Van Winkles who took him a 20-day shut-eye.
Can't you reason with the man, Joe Elvis?
Heck no, and don't think I did not try either. But he a wise guy on his self. Let me think this over, Jimbo. Well, this done pulled the cork. We ain't taking this. Let's grab our suitcases. We leaving $25 plus 10 for pizza and beer last night, and let's just take it out on the lam. We are out of here, see? Hey, where is Will anyhow?
Where you suppose? Here in the can as usual.
Hey, Will! Dang! Stick a cork in it and get you out of that pee-picking toilet right quick. Grab your suitcase for we is making us a quick exit.
Cute little gal across the river. Then me and my bro will be brothers-in-law. I marry her in 1941. Low down blues on a rainy day. Hobo blues. I died of riding the rails. Keeping one step up on a break.
Well, howdy, boys. My name is Sheriff Bloodworth. Say, sorry to inform you, I was received just now, in fact, in my squad car in APB concerning you. That's a complaint, lads. Motel manager out here, Sammy Wentley, just done called headquarters stating that you owes this here establishment $600 for a 3-week stay here. And you was disputing this idea, which the computer clearly spit out. Sammy, real scared you might try making a break for it, but you'd be leaving him holding the bag. And if you know, his boss, that there Mrs. Mertz, she bad, boys.
Oh, shucks, Sheriff, do we look like some dang crooks? We would not take it out on the lam. Anyways, the whole thing's a blame mix-up. We only done checked in last night. Some nice Jewish feller registered us in, and even if the Jewish are sharp, heck, anyone could make a mistake. He could have just accidentally pushed him a wrong button on that computer.
We is going nowhere, Sheriff.
Well, I tends to believe you. But it do look a little odd with all your suitcases right up next to the door. Even you got to admit. Tell you what, boys. I'm gonna leave Mr. Danderman here, just in case, you know, just routine procedure. Even us cops got to adhere to the rules. Mr. Danderman, good old boy, will act as my deputy. Don't worry, he got him a badge. Now, sure enough, Mr. Danneman owned him a shotgun in his car out front. Don't you worry. He's very kindly, and if you boys don't try no funny stuff, you got nothing to worry about with this civil gentleman.
You mean, Sheriff, we is as good as prisoners here? Under house arrest, and we can't even go to get a bite to eat?
Well, sorry boys. I'm most humbly afraid you got to hold up in here and try to figure out how you gonna come up with that $600 bill you got pending.
But it were only 565 bucks, Sheriff.
But you done forgot one little thing, fella. You got to ante in some fee along the lines of covering expenses of the sheriff's department, which you brung about an inconvenience. See, so you keep that there in mind, won't you? And I'll be coming back later so I can take you boys to some hash house for some victual. Rest assured I won't cuff you, but maybe you boys in this circumstance can kick in for a sandwich for me and Danderman. Meanwhile, the deputy here will be keeping you all company right outside your door.
Jimbo, Will, look what I just done seen. That there wise guy Sammy from the motel office is sauntering across the parking lot to his auto. He about to leave us in almighty peace, boys. Boys, now waits, boys. The getaway plan of the century is conjuring up in my brain. Yeah, what a brainstorm.
One of them again, Joe Elvis? Our powerful boy?
Oh yeah, it wicked with brainwaves. Now listen up, boys, like you was memorizing the Bible. Jim, tell you lad, you got to get us them 2 chow hounds owned by that there Mr. Deeds, the gent who run the diner and dinner spot where we played last night. Remember when we was over to his home after our show? You recalls them 2 yapping mutts Deeds got in what's actually somersault over each other? Them are the barkingest 2 canines you ever do want to seize. Now here's my master plan. Jim, you go out the back window and tiptoe real clever to your auto. The old man in his car is sound asleep, sawing logs right at this moment. You get you over to Mr. Deeds' place. It only a few blocks. You tell Deeds he owes us a favor because we played overtime at his diner club last night for that wedding shindig. So as a return favor, we want to lend his 2 yapping pups.
Man, Joe Elvis, what excuse for wanting his pups do I give Deeds?
Make up anything, dummy. Tell him we rehearsing us a talking dog act. Think of some danged excuse. Do I have to supply every brain power around here? When you return, you hand them 2 pups to Will through the back window and get them 2 chow hounds to barking their fool heads off. Pull their tail, tickle their tummy, or kick him in the butt as far as I cares. You just make racket in here like doggy hell. At just the right moment, I'm going down to the office and I'm going to have me a discussion with that new guy on duty.
This is my lucky day, my lucky day. I know she will look my way and smile as if to say,
Say fella, where's Sammy? Just a while back he let us go down to room 17 for her to look it over, since I always inspects the room before I go to take her for the night.
Gee, Sammy went home for today. I'm your man on duty right now.
Oh, no harm at all. Me and my buddies like the room just fine. But before I do anything, might I ask you if you got you a stack of newspapers about this thick? Trouble we got us is we got us a couple of pee-pissing dogs who ain't much house broke and is considered as we is. Ain't no way we want to mess up your carpets over at 17. As well, them two critters like to bark up a storm at every little rumble. Autos especially riles them up. But we'll do the best we can to keep them quiet.
Oh my, sir. The owner no way will allow any dogs in this joint. Mean place. Dogs is strictly against regulations. Look at the sign on the wall there. Heavens, say, I better go down there to 17 and see that everything's cleared up. And I mean cleared up in a hurry. Can't let guests in who owns dogs, no way.
Fully understands, fella, so there's no way we can hold up here tonight. Don't blame yourself, you're only doing your job. But there is one point that you got to help me out with, which is tricky for sure. My old pappy's out front in his auto, and shoot, he's a mean old son of a gun. Why, he'd carry him a shotgun, and if riled, he could just as well buckshot shoot out a couple of your window C's. If I tell him no dice on the room, he's just gonna conjure up I was lying to him so's to make him sleep out in the woods just like last night. And he declares fervently already he gonna get him a nice soft bed tonight. And if he suspects I spoofing him, he gonna raise him holy hell. So's you must make it clear to the old guy that you is the reason for him getting kicked off the premises for sure.
Gosh, sounds kind of personally hazardous for me. But I guess I got to, 'cause I can't afford to end up with no busted windows shot out.
That's what you're gonna get from me.
What's going on around here? What happened anyway? Heaven to Betsy, I must have took me a mite of a nap.
Now look, sir, as night manager of this here motel, I must inform you that I, in my official capacity, must order this party off the premises for room 17. No way can they stay here tonight. No indeedy, no indeed, they sure can't. So don't get yourself all upset, Mr.
Danderman, boy.
You betcha, Mr. Danderman. It won't do anyone any good to get yourself on a dander. So just stay calm. We can leave your shotgun in the auto where it's just laying there nice.
Well, lordy, boy, don't get yourself all excited. I as cool as a cucumber. Shoot, they seem like nice guys to me. Never did believe such a tall tale against them. They is nice, civil boys.